सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो FBCTV पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
In this bulletin, Prime Minister Bainimarama says there is work to do in delivering parliamentary democracy. People flock to towns and cities to welcome 2014. And still no word from hotel management on staff strike. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Prime Minister Bainimarama says Fiji's future now lies in the hands of all Fijians as we enter into 2014, one of the most important times in the country's history. In his New Year's message to the nation, Bainimarama says while Fiji is now in a state of constantly becoming a better country, there is much to do in delivering parliamentary democracy. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
2014 is a critical year for Fijians who will take to the polls in September under the new constitution.
This first day of the new year, we stand at the doorstep of our parliament under the new constitution. And now, the future belongs to you. The old days of a single loud voice dictating the votes of many are over, permanently. From now, each and every Fijian is free to vote with their minds. The only authority to obey is your own conscience. One person, one vote, one value. You must grasp our future with all your might. It is your hands that will steer Fiji onward.
The Prime Minister says each Fijian who is eligible to vote in the upcoming elections has responsibilities.
With this new degree of true political freedom and hope comes a new level of responsibility. Voters themselves are obliged to make informed decisions about who to vote for. Please do not take these decisions lightly. Before the election, voters must educate themselves and ask questions of those standing for office about the candidate's position on the issues, learning their track records, listening carefully to their promises, knowing whether they have the capacity to deliver or not, and weighing their sincerity and honesty. This is essential.
Bainimarama says having a successful government will depend on the voters themselves.
In order to choose the best government, the voters must prepare. And if they do, they will get it right. Each voter must consider for themselves the main questions. What do you want for you and your family? What is the best plan for the future of Fiji? Whose plan will make Fiji strong and modern?
He has indicated that he will form and register his political party soon. 4 other political parties have so far registered.
The different political parties have a grievous responsibility to conduct themselves in an honest, no-nonsense approach to the election and to the Fijian people. The politics of the past are unacceptable. Each party, each candidate must send their message to the Fijian people and be clear. What do we stand for? How do we see the future of Fiji? What are the priorities? How will we be of service to all the Fijian people? What will we do to make life better for all Fijians? How will we modernize Fiji?
Bainimarama Stanley says politics of the past will not be entertained.
Negative political and personal attacks and distorting the facts are corrosive and manipulative and have no place in the election of 2014. As I said a moment ago, the diseased political behavior of the past is and must be over and done with. Fijians deserve a positive campaign. Fijians deserve a positive campaign on the issues.
He adds as Fijians go to elections this year, they can be confident that their vote will count and that the fraud of the past will be prevented. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
Thousands of people flocked to major towns and city centres around the country last night to welcome the new year. The capital city was abuzz with activities as people counted down the hours to welcome today, the 1st of January. Chanel Sivan took to the streets last night and filed this report.
Fijians were the first to see the new year, 2014. The atmosphere in the capital city last night was electrifying. Clubs were jamming with patrons, while others were busy making resolutions.
I'll quit smoking, bro. Yeah.
How are you expecting the next year to be?
Next year will be a good year for us.
No more alcohol.
Wonderful, that's all.
What would your family's resolution be next year?
Just stick together, work hard.
For myself, like I've set an oath to change myself. I have to quit drinking, quit smoking, everything.
Happy New Year!
Many decided to celebrate the new year in churches. While some decided to finish the last few hours of 2013 at home with their families. FBC News also saw many young people entering nightclubs. The streets of the capital city were jam-packed at around midnight, ready to welcome the new year. The major attraction was the FBC street party at the Seabreeze Maisuva Park. The Fiji police force was high on surveillance last night, with checkpoints erected at different locations around the country.
Incident-free on all the street parties that was held throughout the nation, here in Suva, down in the west and up in the north. I can confirm that there were a lot of our youngsters who were around in the city in the early morning of this morning. There's a lot of them, and we were just monitoring, just to see that they enjoy themselves and then they get back to their various homes.
The force is continuing the surveillance at picnic spots around the country. Chanel Sivan, FBC News.
People from all walks of life took advantage of the public holiday today to celebrate the first day of the new year. While there was not much activity outside of Suva, there was quite a crowd at the Nasese foreshore. Epeli Tukuasa took time out today to check out what families got up to.
The Nasese foreshore was full of families enjoying the sun at Suva's latest picnic spot, Maisuva Park.
It's really good here because the weather is really nice, so we're just planning to come here and spend the day here. My family's, my cousins, they came all the way from Germany. Yeah, and then we're planning to come here and spend it.
People from all walks of life were enjoying themselves in swimming or playing sports, making lava, cooking and singing, while some just wanted to relax after a long night. Some of them wanted to spend the day with relatives.
To celebrate our New Year together as a family, and to also to dedicate our family party here as for our fellow neighbors and fellow families that are passed away.
We want to celebrate this first day of the year with my families, and we thank God for a good year last year and prepare for another good year in front of us. In rural settlements outside the capital city, children were seen splashing water on each other. There was also the beating of the drums and the lali, which are usual practices during New Year celebrations. While some are enjoying this holiday, some others are trying to make a few extra dollars. Epili Tuguasa, FBC News.
Starwood Hotels is yet to comment on the lightning strike by close to 300 of its workers who were camped at Narewa village yesterday protesting against ongoing issues. General Manager Shane Cunning flew out of the country yesterday, and management has declined to comment on the issue after they reached an agreement with disgruntled workers. The strike was initiated by the Landowning Committee, or LOC, in a light of a number of staff benefits, like maternity leave and overtime pay entitlements being taken away. Management has agreed to meet all their grievances within 14 days. The landowning unit has indicated they will boycott work again if their demands are not met within this time frame. Workers had reported back to work around midday yesterday after the two parties reached an agreement.
In 14 days, we will go back to work, sort things out, okay? All those temporaries were supposed to be permanent. They have to be made permanent. And those who are owed maternity leaves and sick leave whatsoever, they have to be paid.
Starwood properties on Denarau include the Sheraton Fiji Resort, Sheraton Villas, Western and Denarau Golf and Racquet Club. Still to come on FBC News, Fiji tourism outlook for 2014 looks promising.
Now that's just another groove to kickstart your morning.
That's right. Good morning, Fiji. It's Gold FM bringing you the classic hits to fine-tune your morning.
And Fila still trying to fine-tune her voice.
And as always, Pedali still trying to wake up.
Now this is where you'll find us every morning from Monday to Friday.
On Daybreak with Pedali and Fina from 6 to 9. Join us.
Isambolo binaka. Nadhango wadi soni dalai. Nama kio mani wasini ngono borota kina lali ne kabi. Maina tolu kina bitu. Ena moni tingina por rombuka. Ena mbula FM. Na bandu ena serre.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Mariners and those living on the island of Oneata and the nearby islands are requested to keep a lookout for a white fiberglass boat that was expected to arrive on the island on Monday afternoon. Police received a report whereby a fiberglass boat powered by a 25 horsepower engine with 5 people on board left Lakemba on Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. and was expected to arrive in Oneata at 4:30 p.m. A search was conducted yesterday and is continuing today. Anyone with information is kindly requested to call 917. The tourism sector continues to be the largest industry in the country, and as Christopher Chund reports, 2013 has been a challenging year for tourism, and the outlook for 2014 looks better.
Visitor arrivals were affected early this year due to Cyclone Evan, and although the Ministry of Tourism is yet to release figures for 2013, stakeholders are pleased with the year that was.
Yeah, I think that, we will have a good 2014, and I'm guessing that it'll be a record year.
Sito says tourism is an engine that continues to drive Fiji's economy.
Because tourism now is by far the largest, I think, industry in Fiji. 1 in 3 people are linked with the industry. We bring in 1.3 billion foreign exchange. Over 50,000, people directly involved with industry now. Great platform for employment, for investment, and for the future.
Tourism Fiji has a target to attract 1 million visitors to our shores by 2016.
So, the only way you can gauge how important tourism is, if you can, is to imagine Fiji today without tourism. That's the measure. And I can't imagine that, especially when it is growing by leaps and bounds.
The president of the Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association has this message for the new year.
I just want to sort of thank the people of Fiji for supporting the tourism industry in many, many ways. And we look forward to their support in 2014. And I want to wish, all your viewers a very happy and prosperous 2014.
With 2013 done and dusted, tourism will hope to break more visitor arrival records this year. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
2014 will be a big year for the Methodist Church of Fiji and Rotuma. The church has begun preparations for several major events that will be celebrated this year. Epeli Tukuhasa reports.
It will be a busy year for the Methodist Church this year as it follows commemorate several anniversaries.
Methodist Church independence was undertaken in 1964, and Reverend Tuilovone was the first president, and so in 2014 it will be the 50th anniversary of that. So as you are aware, there is this Golden Jubilee celebration that we will be undertaking.
Committees have been set up to prepare for the various celebrations.
Be done in three different ways. One will be celebrated in the various divisions. There will be, including McCoy, 56 divisions of the Methodist Church.
Nawanda says invitations will be sent out to partner churches abroad to be part of the celebrations.
We will be celebrating throughout Fiji, on all the various divisions, the first part of the celebration. And then we are planning to have another part of the celebration in August, wherein we will have the main celebration where we will be inviting guests.
The opening of the refurbished big hall in Osori will be the final celebration. Epeli Tukuhasa, FBC News.
Sports time now. Happy New Year, Jamie, and welcome back to studio.
Thank you, Jackie, and Happy New Year to you as well. I hear there was a bit of extra celebration in studio yesterday for the last bulletin of the year.
Please don't remind me. I still have to get the studio crew back for that one. Let me know if you have any creative ideas.
Will do. But first, coming up in sports after the break, Akapusi Ngera leaves Gloucester after 7 seasons, and Michael Schumacher's condition improves after a skiing accident on Sunday. Details after the break.
Bola, oya wasala bilawa. Do pata ke yau mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka. Kako ni valatana no musini sari na kai samarian dolo loma leone vani ni nau omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka and Bula FM number 2 and sere.
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. Flying Fijian skipper Akapusi Ngera has signed up with French rugby giants Toulouse for the new season. Ngera had been anticipated to depart English club Gloucester after 7 seasons due to lack of game time, often limited to a replacement role or having to operate in the number 6 role. Ngera has 35 international appearances for the Flying Fijians, his last outing being the centennial clash against the Barbarians at Twickenham Stadium in England last November. The tireless back rower will join compatriot and former National Sevens rep Timothy Matanovo in Toulouse. Lautoka Football Association President Shalendra Prasad has resigned after 7 years at the helm. Prasad handed in his resignation on Monday, citing personal commitments despite having 1 year remaining on his 4-year term. Prasad has had a colourful tenure in the Sugar City with the Blues, winning the Inter-District Championships in 2008, the National Football League in 2009, and the Champion versus Champion in 2010. Meanwhile, 6 members of last year's Fiji Under-20 soccer side have been retained in the 30-man squad for the Oceania playoffs in New Zealand in May. Antonio Tuivuna, Chalen Reloa, Colinio Sivoki, Pranil Naidu, Setereki Hughes and Narendra Rao were part of the squad that finished runners-up in last year's qualifiers behind New Zealand. The squad will march into camp this Sunday at the Football Academy in Ba for 2 weeks. Local golfers got into full swing today in the first tournament of the year, the annual Tonati Mavua Memorial Tournament in Suva. Organized by the Turtle Golf Club, the competition serves to not only prepare players for the new season, but also attract new ones. Talenta Vakadaka reports.
The Tonati Mavua Memorial Tournament has been a regular fixture on the local scene for over 30 years. There is a reason organizers host the tournament on New Year's Day.
That's what the organizers of this tournament, they said it's better to have the tournament at the 1st of January every year when people are still happy whatever happened from the previous year to this year.
Fiji Golf is always looking to increase their playing stocks. Organizers also hope to see regular competition to develop junior players.
We have most of our younger junior players who are in the professional categories and they've been doing very well. So it's been a very successful support to all the future golfers of this country.
This is the first of many tournaments lined up for local golfers eager to get their game up to par for the new season. Chalendo Dakavak, FBC Sports.
The condition of German motor racing star Michael Schumacher has improved slightly after a second operation to relieve pressure on his brain, his doctors say. The 7-time Formula One champion suffered head injuries on Sunday in a skiing accident in the French Alps. The 44-year-old remains in intensive care, and doctors say Schumacher, who is being kept in a medically induced coma, is still not out of danger. The former champion, who turns 45 on January the 3rd, retired from Formula One for a second time in 2012. He won 7 world championships and secured 91 race victories during his 19-year career. He retired in 2006 but managed to recover and made a comeback to Formula One with Mercedes in 2010. That's it from Sports Tonight. I'll be back again tomorrow with more from the Sports Desk.
And it's weather time. Happy New Year, Jen.
Happy New Year, Jackie. Let's check out the map, shall we? Showers all the way through this afternoon, with Suva and Savasavu getting a hint of what was to come this morning. Mombasa and the western side had no idea, I'm sure, as they had lovely sunny conditions earlier today. The Hidden Paradise and Mombasa were feeling the heat today on 33 degrees. Nandi was also sweating it out on 32. On the other end of the scale, we've got the capital lapping it up on a nice and cool 29. We've got afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow for most places, and the outlook for seas is moderate to rough. And here's a photo of the airstrip at Coral Island. A very happy new year to all our viewers there. Do take care, and we'll catch up again tomorrow evening.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. A recap of our main news tonight. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says there is work to do in delivering parliamentary democracy. People flock to towns and cities to welcome 2014, and still no word from hotel management on staff strike. On to our poll question this week, we're asking, should we have late night shopping? Visit our FBC website to answer. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your stories at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. We'll leave you tonight with the New Year's greetings of Fijian soldiers in the Golan Heights. From the team and I, Happy New Year. I'll see you again tomorrow. Good evening.
join us on the breakfast show
every weekday from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. right here on Today FM.
That's right.
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो FBC 2 पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।